Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, you're with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do Comic Book Haul week number 133. So, welcome back, everybody. We are officially back on track now, doing the weekly hauls, doing our reviews, and just getting back into swing of things. So this week is a highly anticipated week for a lot of readers out there. You got those 3D covers from DC. You got the Death of Wolverine. You got all kinds of cool stuff coming out this week. And so what did Mike Spider Slayer get? Well, we'll find out. All right, here's the bag. Yes, another 75-year Batman bag. They must have 1,000 of them. So as I take out the comics, get rid of the bag. This is this week's comic stack, minus the bags and boards. So we got the bags and boards there. And then we got a couple of the goodies that they put in as well. This is in memoriam card. Yes, the death of Wolverine. Yes. He was a gifted X-Men, a resourceful outdoorsman, a loyal Canadian, courageous war hero, a wandering samurai, an honored Avenger, a loving mentor, and an adored professor. And it says, "You will be in our hearts forever. Rest in peace." Yes. So we got that. And then next they had this 75 years of Marvel, from the golden age to the silver screen. So there's this little card, and then you flip it over on the back. And then what's cool is that it opens up and it gives you like a little history of Marvel comics and whatnot. And then you get this cool poster right here. So you get that as well, as you got Namor doing battle against the Human Torch, fire versus water, a fight to the finish. You can see it's just got like that whole World War II, all that war stuff going on. So really brings back some old memories there for probably a lot of people. All right, so that was the little promotional cards that we got. Now on to this week's comics, and we're going to start off with Zenescope, and I'm not going to lie, this is a pretty cool cover. And we start off with Grim Tales of Terror. That's right, this is death in the Zenescope entertainment world, and what it is, it's like a Tales from the Crypt type of series where she tells these tales and gives these people these specific lessons. Issue number 1 was phenomenal. Can't wait to read issue 2 and see what happens with this series. Yeah, this is going to be fun, and I can't wait to get to, like, I think it's issue 3 or issue 4. Meredith Finch, David Finch's wife, is actually going to be writing that particular issue, so I can't wait to read that issue. All right, so now going on to some of the other comics this week that I got. The first thing I'm going to show you is DC Comics Justice League issue number 33. This continues the whole, I guess, Power Ring thing with Jessica Cruz, I think her name was. Justice League has always been a solid read. Jeff Johns continues to be on this book, so as long as he's on it, I have good faith that this is going to be a solid series. So, yeah, this is Justice League issue number 33. All right, so next we have a book that I'm looking forward to, and I think this is the end of this series. I think issue 15 is the last, and that is Superior Foes of Spider-Man, issue number 15. I've quite enjoyed this series over its run. I thought it's been comical. I think Nick Spencer's done a very good job with the series. There was a few issues that were a little bit slow and had nothing to do with the story whatsoever, delayed kind of the main story. But overall, this has been a solid series. It's been quite comical. It'll be interesting how it ends. Shocker was demanding himself as the new mob boss, the new leader of all the bad guys, with Silvermane's head. So we'll see what happens here. And this is Superior Foes of Spider-Man, issue number 15. All right, next. From Marvel Comics, this is the conclusion of Original Sin, issue number 8. That's right, it's 8 of 8. How does this all end? I don't know. What's going to happen with Nick Fury? I don't know. What's going to happen to the Avengers? Who knows? Is the Watcher truly dead? I'm not sure yet, but this has been a phenomenal event from Marvel Comics, and I can't wait to read this book. So this is Original Sin, issue number 8. All right, next we have from DC Comics is we have the New 52's Future End, issue number 18. Now, number 17 was a phenomenal read. We got to see that Billy Batson and Superman, which I think are somehow connected. I'm not sure, but at the end of that issue, Billy was posing as Superman, and he says Shazam. He changes back to his kid self to get rid of Rampage, and Lois was in shock. And all of a sudden, Superman comes out with a beard and jeans and everything else. So, where's Superman been since this Great War that they keep talking about? Not sure. That was my favorite issue. Hopefully, Future's End issue number 18 will be just as good. And I will be reviewing this particular issue this week on Comic Frontline. So if you guys want to see a review, check out Future's End issue number 18. All right, next from Marvel Comics, we have Spider-Man 2099 issue number 3. I love what Peter David does with this title so far in the first couple of issues. And I love how Liz Allen is heavily involved. I loved how she kind of knows his secret identity. And I just love the character interaction in this series at this point. Hopefully it continues. I can't wait to see where this book goes. And yeah, so this is Spider-Man 2099 issue number 3. All right, so moving forward now, we go on to another book from Marvel Comics, and this is The Death of Wolverine, issue number 1. Yes, this was a $5 book, and all the books from this series for the whole entire month is going to be $5. But for a lot of people, for Wolverine to die, this is a big deal. Now, I'm not a humongous fan of Wolverine for these past few years, just on what has happened to the character, how he softened up so much. But that's my personal preference. But I'm curious to see what this story has to offer, how he dies, what happens. So I wanted to pick it up. So this is The Death of Wolverine, issue number 1 out of 4. And yeah, it's a pretty cool cover. I mean, you're going to open it up, and this is, kind of what you get on the inside, and you get this on the backhand side. So they're putting some extra effort onto these covers here. It's all glossy and nice, so that's part of the reason why you're paying that $4.99. All right, so what's next? Next I have is from the New 52, the Future's End one-shot books. We have Green Lantern issue number 1, or the one-shot. As you can see, I'm flipping through. You can see a little bit of change on there with the lenticular cover there. And yeah, I think this one is pretty neat. You got Mogo, that's it looks like it's destroyed. That's basically it, and it's like Hal Jordan's like in stone. So I don't know what's going to go on there, but yeah, interesting cover. Maybe not the best cover, but still, I enjoyed it. So that is Green Lantern issue number 1. Next from the Future Ends one-shot is Green Arrow. I've seen this image for a long time now. You get to see the grave site, and there's Green Arrow. Grave site, Green Arrow, and the lightning bolt comes down. So obviously we know that he was dead, and somehow he returns. At least that's what the cover shows. If it's any good, who knows? But I'm interested to see what happens here. This book, is it written by Jeff Lemire as well? Because I'm trying to figure that out. Because I know his last one was the last issue. So we'll see what happens there. All right, next. Another Future's End one-shot, and this is Earth 2. I like this cover. It's all red. We got Lois on there. And I'm interested to see what happens to her in this series, because she looks like she's changing into another cyborg or of herself or whatnot, like she's evolving or something like that. But yeah, this is a cool cover. I like the redness around it. The Earth 2 kind of really pops. You can really see it here on the screen, which is really nice. So I like that cover. So this is Future's End Earth 2. All right, next, and we got one more of these Future End one-shots for this week. I passed on a lot of them. I'm not buying them all this year like I did last year because not all of them were good, and some of them, you know, it's a lot of money to invest, especially when Spider-Verse is coming out, dude. I can't invest in all those covers this year. All right, so next is Superman Action Comics, issue 1, and here we see he becomes like sand, or again, stone thing. Like, what's going on with the stone and the sand? So we see that changing right there. So with these covers this year, you can see it's more like a card effect, whereas last year you had the whole cover as the villain. So these seem a little bit smaller. I'm not as impressed this year, but it's still pretty cool. So this is Futures End issue number 1. All right, next we have from Marvel Comics, classics here, guys. The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 84. This says the Kingpin Strikes Back. Yes, good price on this. $4 I paid for it. It's in fair condition, it looks like, but again, it's cool to have these Amazing Spider-Man issues. And last but not least, we got another Amazing Spider-Man issue, and that's Amazing Spider-Man issue number 80. And here it has On the Trial of Chameleon. So, and you got the police officers there and whatnot. So, yeah, really cool stuff here, guys. If I got to pick a cover for this week for being cover of the week, I think hands down it's going to Grim Tales of Terror issue number 2. Gotta love the cover here that Zenescope does, you know, for some of their books, and this is just a badass looking cover. So spiderweb, creepy looking hot girl. I mean, come on, can you not go wrong with that? So yeah, that is my cover of the week. And guys, there is Comic Book Haul week number 133. So this week, guys, I hope you enjoyed. It's good to be back. Again, stay tuned for some of these reviews. Again, New 52's Future End issue number 18 will be reviewed on Comic Frontline, as well as the one-shot for Green Arrow. That will be on Comic Frontline as well. Everything else is kind of still up in the air where I'm going to review it, but I'll probably do Original Sin here and Spider-Man here. So stay tuned for those reviews, guys, and as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. Don't forget to check out Comic Frontline, where as a group we're reviewing every single one of those one-shots from New 52's Future End. So, guys, again, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0, and this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Take care, guys. Bye.